garden soil, topsoil, seed starting soil, potting soil. Can you take a plant from the ground and make it into a potted plant? Can you take a potted plant and make it into an in-ground plant? Can you start seeds in potting soil? Can you start seeds directly into the ground? Which one is better? Which one is... Let's get into it. Okay. So when it comes to the subject of soil, right? First of all, soil is soil. If it works for whatever you're using it for, then it works for you. It doesn't matter what it say on the bag. It doesn't matter what the original purpose of the soil was when they sold it to you. If it's potting soil and you use it in the ground and it grows your plants, then it works, right? So, do I reuse old soil? All the time. Here is an example of how I do it. So this is a tomato plant that I no longer want. So I'm gonna take this, put it in my compost. Now I have the pot that it came out of. The question is this still good? Now, in the process of preparing the soil before I installed that tomato plant, I already added a bunch of nutrients and ingredients to the soil, right? So one plant growing for one growth season, which is probably the average vegetable plant is 2 months, 3 months, maybe 120 days, right? So one plant growing for one growth season definitely did not deplete this complete pot of all of its nutrients, right? So all of the soil in this pot still has nutrients. I only cut the top of the tomato plant out and I left all the roots in there because those add nutrients to the soil. Those are going to break down and supply nutrients to the soil. And I practice no-till gardening. Even my in-ground gardens, I never turn over the whole soil. That's something that's more for farmers versus a garden. If you're a farmer and you're growing the same crop over and over and over, and then it's using the same nutrients. So if it's a nitrogen heavy using plant, eventually you're going to deplete the soil of its nitrogen, and your plants are going to start struggling unless you reintroduce nitrogen to the soil somehow. But if you're a gardener and you're growing different plants, that's not really an issue. You don't have to dump all your soil and completely start over every single time. You have to learn how to reuse stuff in the garden to maximize your efficiency, first of all, and to save time, save money. You don't have to go out, keep running out and buying stuff every time you do something different in your garden.